So now people are abusing Kwankwaso and they're abusing his government. There are some areas now, if you go with a red cap, you will be lynched. I'm telling you this. I know he's in the building, but we have not met. Probably if we met, maybe I could have slapped him.
And those who said I'm a traitor, I will never be a traitor. Those who are ganging up to stop the government of the day, we won't see election if we follow them. There will be no February, there will be no March 2019 if I were to gang up with them.
As a politician, I'm not happy. I wanted actual removal of the governor.
Mr. President, as we are sitting here, if somebody, a senator, representing his, a particular constituency will not be allowed to visit his constituency, I think we are not doing good for ourselves. One day, it will become another person to do.
And today, there is that second party, that is the APC. And therefore, they will want me to be part of that. I welcome, really the creation of APC.
In Nigerian politics, loyalty is a bargaining chip, and betrayal is the real currency of power. Parties raise like empires, alliances bloom, then explode. And just when the game seems predictable, the biggest players make their boldest move. When no one sees it coming, midnight meetings behind closed doors, handshake deals sealed with silence, defections that didn't just shift loyalties, they shook the entire nation. These are not ordinary political moves. These are earthquakes, betrayals that redrew the map of power, shattered friendships, and exposed the fragile truths beneath Nigerian political theater. Some say it is strategy, others say it is treachery. But one thing is clear, every betrayal leaves a scar not just on the party left behind, but on the soul of the republic. Between Kwankwaso and Ganduje, it began like many great political stories with mentorship. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, a two-time governor of Kano, a former minister of defense, a senator, and the founder of the powerful Kwankwasiyya movement, a man with a clear political ideology, a mass following, and a mission to reshape northern politics. In 2015, he handed over the reins to his trusted deputy, Abdullahi Ganduje. For many, it was a seamless succession. Ganduje was expected to continue the Kwankwasiyya vision. But just as we say, power changes people. As soon as Ganduje settled into the governor's seat, cracks appeared. Some decisions began to show signs of resistance. Then politics spurged. By 2018, the mentor-prodigy relationship had become a political civil war.
The former governor, who is in our league now, former governors forum, is a member of our forum now, was our member, one of the senior members of Kwankwasiyya in Kano. He was my deputy governor in 1999. In 2003, when I was appointed Minister of Defense, he was my SA in the Ministry of Defense. After we finished in 2007, I came to this very villa to ask my brother, also somebody who was of class 1999, Umar Musa Yar'Adua of blessed memory, and I appealed to him to give him a job, because the job I had was NDDC, which was not enough at that time to make him my SA. So he was given the executive secretary of the Chad Basin Commission with headquarters in N'Djamena. That's 2007. 3 years after that, I invited him when I got ticket to resign and come and join me again. He resigned from his appointment to be my deputy again. And we won the election, 2011-2015. In 2015, because I wanted inclusive government, all our members to be together, I said, okay, take. And he became the governor of Kano State. And since then, you could see what happened in Kano. In fact, he had to stop me from going to Kano for 3.5 years I was in the Senate. I couldn't visit Kano. Even the security, at that time, the police especially wrote letters to me that I should not go to Kano. And I stayed in Abuja for 3.5 years. Now, all those things are history now.
Was about to visit Kano. He gave a date that he's going to visit Kano to meet with his people, to visit his constituency. But instead of him allowed, for him to be allowed and given this necessary security, the police wrote a letter to him advising him not to go. I don't want to go deep into the reason why he was not allowed to go, but Mr. President, as we are sitting here, if somebody, a senator representing a particular constituency, will not be allowed to visit his constituency, I think we are not doing good for ourselves. One day, it will become another person.
I have spoken with the IGP. I have sent the clip to IGP. IGP is aware of this. They are still, in fact, he even made a press statement they will continue demolishing Kwankwaso himself. Not even the governor. The governor is not even talking because he's a stooge. It's true. He's not even talking. And from inside information we have, he's not even happy. I know he's in the building, but we have not met. Probably if we met, maybe I could have slapped him.
The Kwankwasiyya movement, once a dominant in Kano, split into factions. Ganduje abandoned the red map. He distanced himself from his former godfather and realigned with President Muhammadu Buhari's inner circle. In return, Kwankwaso became an outsider. In his own kingdom, the climax came during the 2019 election. Kwankwaso backed Abba Kabir Yusuf under the People's Democratic Party. Ganduje, still APC, fought tooth and nail amid allegations of rigging, vote cancellations, and intense tribal mobilization. In the end, Ganduje retained power. Kwankwaso's candidates lost. It wasn't just an electoral defeat. It was a symbolic dethroning of a political dynasty. A godfather had fallen at the time. Godswill Akpabio was once a PDP poster boy, flamboyant, influential and loud. As governor of Akwa Ibom from 2007 to 2015, he transformed Uyo into a modern city and earned national admiration for his uncommon transformation agenda. His reward, elevation to Senate Minority Leader and a key voice of opposition. But in August of 2018, Akpabio stunned the nation. In a dramatic rally in Ikotekbene, he officially defected to the All Progressives Congress, the APC.
And some people saw the picture and they said it was old picture. I want to confirm to you that what I've done today is to take the people of the South to the center. What I've done today is to link Akwa Ibom State with the center. And those who said I'm a traitor, I will never be a traitor. Those who are ganging up to stop the government of the day, we won't see election if we follow them. There will be no February, there will be no March 2019 if I were to gang up with them. Have you seen my followership? As I speak to you now, members of the National Assembly are here. They have all decamped. As I speak to you now, members of the House of Assembly from Akwa Ibom State are here. As I speak to you now, my dear elders, those who have been senators, and those who have been in the National Assembly are all here. Thousands of Akwa Ibom people, all of you here. Yesterday you were all PDP. Today, are you not APC? I said I want to hear. Those who are joining Godswill Akpabio from today in the APC from Akwa Ibom, can you say aye?
Standing behind him, the then Senate President, Bukola Saraki's political enemies and key APC figures. His justification, the interest of the nation, supersedes any personal interest. Observers pointed instead to corruption investigations by the EFCC and rumors of a deal with the ruling party to save his political skin. His defection flipped Akwa Ibom into a battleground, a state the PDP had once dominated unchallenged. But karma came quick. Akpabio lost his senatorial re-election bid in 2019, a rare outcome for a sitting senator, especially one of his status. Still, he remained politically relevant, later serving as Niger Delta Minister and eventually Senate President in 2023. The lesson: defection does not always guarantee electoral reward, but he can secure power in other forms. The serial defector, Atiku Abubakar. If defection was a sport, Atiku Abubakar would be a Hall of Famer, a former vice president. Atiku's political resume is as complex as Nigerian's electoral map. From the PDP to ACN, back to the PDP, to the APC, and back to the PDP again, Atiku has changed parties more times than most politicians have held office. His moves are always strategic, just ahead of elections, just in time to contest, just in time to realign. Critics call him a political chameleon, opportunist, unreliable, but his defenders say he is a visionary, a man willing to do what it takes to achieve his goal, becoming president. Atiku's defections have shaped parties' futures. In 2014, his move to APC helped consolidate opposition power ahead of the 2015 elections. His return to the PDP in 2018 gave the party fresh momentum. Yet, despite multiple attempts, the presidency has eluded him.
I am a strong believer in a two-party structure for this country. In the past, together with many of them, we have tried to put together an alternative strong party so that we can give Nigerians choice. And today, there is that second party, that is the APC. And therefore, they will want me to be part of that. I welcome, really the creation of APC because I believe it is healthy for our democracy and it is going to improve competition and then also governance. Because once you have one very strong party and weak ones, there is no way you can check, or there is no way the opposition can check the government in power. And I think this gives Nigerians alternative, during elections. And I told them I will consult with my political associates all over the country and then make an announcement later.
Is he a betrayal of political ideals or simply a survival navigating Nigerians' ever-shaping landscape? Either way, Atiku's journey proves one thing. In Nigerian politics, ideology is fluid, but ambition is fixed for Nigerian politicians. Nyesom Wike was PDP's enforcer, the bulldozer of river states. He built the party's war chest, won legal battles, funded national campaigns, all while keeping River State as PDP fortress. So when he vied for the 2023 presidential ticket, many believed it was his turn. But the ticket went to Atiku again. What followed wasn't a loud defection, it was silent, strategic, calculated, and dangerous for the PDP. Wike refused to campaign for Atiku, even after promising at a congress in Abuja that he would support anyone who emerges as the party flag bearer.
Let me vow today, anybody who emerges here, I will support the person to the fullest. Anybody who emerges here today, I will support the person to the fullest. Because I'm a committed party person, because I love this party. Because since 1998, I've been in this party. I work for this party. I will not go anywhere. This is my party.
He held different rallies. He met secretly with the APC figures, as alleged by some haters. His group, the G5 governors, withheld support and demanded power rotation to the south. In the end, PDP lost votes in key states, especially in the south-south, where they once held sway. Meanwhile, Wike emerged with a smile, appointed as FCT minister by Bola Tinubu from PDP kingmaker to APC cabinet member. Some called it betrayal, others saw it as tactical revenge. But for PDP, it was a devastating blow. Wike had not just defected, he had decimated the party from within, and he is, at the moment, still a card-carrying member of the PDP.
PDP, you must not make mistake. You must have a courageous leader, a fearless leader, somebody who can withstand APC. And it is me, It is me. Please, my dear delegates, send me for this assignment. Let me go and win APC. I will win APC for the power to come back to PDP on behalf of Nigerians. Thank you.
It was a classic tale. Mentor meets prodigy, lifts him to power, only to be pushed aside. Adams Oshiomhole was a Edo State political colossus, a fiery former Labour leader turned APC governor, dead National Party chairman. He handpicked Godwin Obaseki as successor in 2016, praising him as competent, technocrat and loyal. But by 2019, the relationship went south. Obaseki grew independent. He resisted Oshiomhole's overreach. Tensions turned public. In 2020, the APC under Oshiomhole's influence disqualified Obaseki from seeking re-election. The reason? Defective credentials. Obaseki responded with one of the boldest political moves of the Fourth Republic. He crossed through the PDP, secured the ticket, and won the election. Oshiomhole was removed as APC national chairman. His political stock crashed. Obaseki, once dismissed as a lightweight, emerged stronger.
The governor can never tell you that I have interfered in his choice of project and so on. The only thing I feel a bit worried about is the fact that some of the projects we started together have been abandoned. There is no way to solve disagreement without talking to the aggrieved parties. Let me assure you, this governor is not under threat. It is those who make money from crisis, what I call merchants of confusion. They are only relevant when there is a fight. Who can tell the governor, oh, don't worry, they want to impeach you. The governor should ask himself, what has he done to deserve impeachment? What will I gain if Godwin does not run second term? Is Oshiomhole going to run the second term? If I did what I did, whether he acknowledged it or not, but people know what I did to support him to be, what comfort will I have if he's terminated halfway?
I do not have a rift with him as a person.
But you are not in good terms with him.
I just do not agree with how he is, at some decisions he's taken as it relates to the party. It's not in the interest of our party. You see, from our quarrel has been that we're doing things that are outside the constitution of our party. The logic of democracy is that it's the people that should drive democracy. Democracy should be built bottom up and not top down. Democracy should start from the base. So in the last 4 years, going 4 years, we in Edo have restructured our party. We've built from the units, through the wards, through the local governments to the state. And the executives at every level are in harmony, and they've been working hard. So our party is very strong in the state. And the quarrel is, look, the party is not allowed to make its decisions from the base. Decisions are imposed from the top. And that's not auguring well. It's creating, disharmony within the system.
That's the bottom line.
Bottom line.
In this battle of betrayal, the prodigy won, but the scars on both sides remain until the last election, when Akpabio, a protege of Oshiomhole, returning power to the APC in Edo State and defeating the candidate supported by Godwin Obaseki. And that means Adams Oshiomhole is back again as the king in Edo State. Wike versus Fubara. In politics, the most dangerous battle are not between enemies, but between family. Nyesom Wike crowned Siminalayi Fubara governor of Rivers State in 2023, a loyal civil servant, quiet, obedient, and trusted. For Wike, Fubara was supposed to be a placeholder, a loyal steward of his legacy while he moved to Abuja as Tinubu's FCT minister. But less than 6 months into the administration, loyalty turned into resistance. It started subtly: budget disagreement, then appointment made without consultation, Then came the bombshell. The Rivers State House of Assembly, dominated by Wike's loyalists, moved to impeach Governor Fubara, but Fubara fought back. Protesters took to the streets. Security forces clashed. Government buildings were tear-gassed. The state descended into chaos. And legends began to shift. Fubara refused to back down, declaring his independence. In speeches, for the first time, he began to speak and strike. Wike's political machine, once feared, began to fracture. His loyal assembly members defected en masse to the APC, seemed held on. But later on, they said that defection was not official and they returned back, surviving impeachment by the skins of constitutional technicalities and perhaps the declaration of a state of emergency by President Bola Tinubu, which Wike at some point affirmed that he wanted a total removal of the governor.
As a politician, I'm not happy. I wanted outright removal of the governor. But for the interest of the state, the president did the right thing.
As a lawyer?
No, I'm coming. Already the matter is in court. But people must say the truth.
From Godfather to Gladiator, Wike now found himself fighting a battle he thought he did never face. Against his own political son, the war is still unfolding. But one thing is clear, Rivers' battle is now a two-way street, and once indestructible PDP fortress has become a battlefield of egos. Will Fubara's apology to Wike recently settle this dust? We'll wait and see. For over 2 decades, Delta State was a PDP stronghold, a bastion of electoral consistency in the oil-rich South-South. From James Ibori to Ifeanyi Okowa, the party's grip seems unshaken. But by 2024, the ground beneath was shifting. At the center of the storm, internal wrangling, discontent over national leadership decisions, and the fallout from Wike-Atiku wars that ripped across the southern Nigeria. Disillusionment spread within the state's PDP structure. Accusations of marginalization, high-handedness, and unresolved zoning controversies ignited tension. Former alliance began to grumble, and then they began to leave. In 2025, both the governor of Delta State, including the councillors, elected office holders at the national and the state level of the PDP, all defected to the APC. And with the 2027 election, the mass movement from the PDP to the APC could spell disaster not just for Delta PDP, but for the party's South structure as a whole. In a region that once unified behind a common cause, cracks are beginning to show, and those walking away are not just defecting, they are detonating the foundation the PDP once stood on.
We have done consultation with the National Assembly, with leadership, with stakeholders at the state level, at the secretarial level, at the local government level, at the ward level. And we all decided
in Nigeria, politics is not war, it is theater. The actors, they change costume, the stage rotates, but the script remains the same. No permanent enemies, no eternal friends, only interest for Nigerian politicians. Defections are often framed as strategic decisions for national unity, for state development, for ideological realignment. Defections are almost always about power, the prize, public trust, policy continuity, voter confidence, running away from prosecution by the EFCC. All of this somehow amounts to reasons, and main reasons Nigerian politicians do move or carry out one reason or the other. Citizens who cast votes based on party manifestos are left bewildered when the same politicians switch sides mid-team. Parties lose cohesion, ideologies vanish, and democracy becomes a game of chess, not conviction. Yet, in a system where the only constant is survival, can we really expect loyalty? Maybe in Nigeria, betrayal is not a political sin, it is a survival skill. I ask you, which of these betrayal shocked you the most? Was it the Kwankwaso's fallout in Kano, Akpabio's U-turn in the South-South, Atiku's never-ending shuttle between parties, Wike's silent sabotage, Obaseki's revenge, or the war going on between Wike and Fubara, the defection of the entire PDP camp in Delta State, which one shocks you the more? Do defections strengthen democracy by keeping politicians accountable or weakening it? Let us know in the comments. If you want more fearless, fact-based storytelling from Nigerian political frontline, like, subscribe and share this video, because history is written by those who act and remembered by those who watch.